We started off basics, which are resources, and then moved on to the different types of resources, be it land and soil, minerals, and power resources or industries. But finally, it is us humans who need to use these diverse resources available to us and turn them into raw materials and other finished goods. After all, people are the nation's greatest resource. That is what we will be learning in this video, that how people can be a resource, human resources. As far as 5,000 years ago, skilled and unskilled slaves, soldiers and other falling under various labor categories needed managing. Since then, how best to manage people has been a long-standing issue. But like I said a while back, people indeed are a nation's greatest resource. And they need to be managed, and their potential needs to be used to the fullest, because nature's bounty becomes significant only when people find it useful. Since people have demands and needs, they convert the naturally available resources into something more useful with their abilities. And this makes people the ultimate resource. Healthy, educated and motivated people develop resources as per their requirements. Similar to other resources, human resources are also not equally distributed over the world. The educational backgrounds differ, the age matrix varies, and the sex ratio is also different in different geographies. Their numbers and characteristics also keep changing. Now, the Government of India has a Ministry of Human Resource Development, which was created in 1985 with an aim to improve people's skills. And this itself is a proof that people are an important resource for the country. Let us now understand if there are certain factors that play a part in how people are distributed across the world. The way in which people are spread in different parts of the country is known as the pattern of population distribution. And here is the alarming bit. More than 90% of the world's population lives in about 30% of the land surface. Human population is distributed extremely unevenly in the world. While some areas are very crowded, some areas are sparsely populated. The crowded areas are South and Southeast Asia, Europe, and northeastern parts of North America. High latitude areas, tropical deserts, high mountains and areas of equatorial forests are usually sparsely populated. The population is more on the north of the equator than the south of the equator. Almost 3/4 of the world's population lives in two continents of Asia and Africa. And around 60% of the people of the world stay in just 10 countries. All these countries have more than 100 million people. Moving on, let us understand the concept of density of population. Now, when I say a forest is very dense, what do you understand by that? Yes, it is abundant with trees and foliage. Now, density basically defines the amount of a certain thing, be it trees, students, people, toys in a unit area. And on those lines, population density is the number of people living in a unit area. It is normally expressed as number of people living in the area of a square kilometer. The average density of the population in the whole world is 51 persons per square kilometer. And the average density of the population in India is 382 persons per square kilometer. Population density is the highest in South and Central Asia, followed by East and Southeast Asia. In countries like Japan, where the birth rates are low, the pyramid is tapering at the bottom, as you can see here. And the death rates have decreased too. And a large number of people have reached the old age. So the pyramid is tapering at the top too. A skilled, spirited and hopeful young population endowed with a positive outlook and abundant knowledge is the key to a nation's golden future. We in India are fortunate to have such a resource. Provision of proper education and skills along with lucrative job opportunities will surely put our nation on a fast track. Well, on that positive note, we have finished the last chapter of economics on human resources. Let us take a quick recap of all that we have studied in this segment. We started off by understanding what the term human resource means, and we know that when people use what's available from the nature to fulfill their own requirements and those of the others, they themselves become a resource. We also discussed how people or humans are the greatest resource of a country, and hence the term human resource. Then we also learnt about the birth rates and death rates which cause the population of a country to change, and other factors like immigration and emigration which also play a part in the population change. And lastly, we looked at how the composition of a nation's population is based upon the female-male ratio, literacy levels, educational backgrounds, income factors and certain other factors. And after that quick recap, I hope that all your concepts are clear. It is time for me to leave. Best wishes. Stay a good learner. Bye.
Tutormate. For more amazing video lectures, download the free app on Apple App Store or Google Play Store